was about a week ago when I heard that there was a body, I think, found in the back of David's car or Tesla. You know what I mean? Vehicle. You know what I'm saying? And I know that the dude's on tour right now. So when I heard that news, I'm like, wow, that's shocking. But I didn't really give much weight to it because of how visible he is and how well known he is. Like, I'm not putting David on like the Weeknd's level or anything like that. But for such a public endorsement musically, I've been hearing his music in a lot of places. One more specifically being behind the soundtrack of Invincible. You get what I'm saying? So me hearing his music in a space that was, I'm like, very, I would say semi-popular, and it's not like bad music, and he had a good year before that. I'm sitting up here thinking like, okay, you know, there's no reason for somebody that's this visible to be doing something like that. You know what I'm saying? So I just wrote it off immediately because I'm like, all right, maybe somebody stole your whip and you reported it stolen, and that's how they found it. You get what I'm saying? Good evening to you too, Mavis. I'm thinking like, okay, you reported your vehicle, and that's how the police found the vehicle, and then they opened the trunk, boom, here's a body. That's what I'm thinking. But then I was informed that he never reported his vehicle stolen. And so I thought to myself at that point, I'm like, oh, you don't just lose a car. You don't just lose a vehicle. You get what I'm saying? You don't just lose a whip and then move on to your next whip without getting closure on the previous whip. You got to whip up a new whip. I did not expect the continuous onslaught of news to continue beyond that point. I didn't. I'm like, at this point, it got to be over. But I put two and two together. In my head, I felt like he was doing it after he didn't cancel his shows or he didn't stop his tour. I'm taking a pause if the police or any news bulletins come out talking about, we found a body in the back seat or in the trunk of a vehicle that's registered in your name. I'm stopping all musical endeavors in that exact moment, and I'm getting to the bottom of this because, first of all, my name being put out crazy. Number two, what the fuck I got to do with this? Number three, who put a body in my trunk? But he's still touring like everything all good. I'm like, nigga, go home. Talk to the cops. I'm 90% sure they want to have a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, they had to have contacted him or something. Chat, when they said there was a young girl identified. A young girl. Not a 18 to a 21 or a 20-something-year-old, 25-year-old or nothing like that. No, they said a 13-year-old. They said a 13-year-old girl. Some of the bulletins that I read, you know, said 15. Others quoted 13. I don't know if that missing persons post was accurate or if it's 100%, but that one says 13 years old. So she was 13 when she disappeared, and she's 15. She would have been 15 around today. So in my mind, I'm immediately, now everything, there's no more, what do you call that? Grace that can be afforded now. I don't know if it's that there was no more doubt, but it's that the stakes were raised like instantaneously, obviously, because I'm thinking in my mind that this is just a young adult, which is still horrible and horrific. But now that you're upping it to, this is a child. This is basically a little girl. And then they showed the next thing, which was the most damning. There is a tattoo. Apparently that, first of all, they say that the little girl is like dismembered. They said it was badly decomposed in the trunk, meaning she's been there or been dead for a long time. And maybe she's been moved around over the course of God knows how long. But she was reported missing years ago. Then there's a quote, I guess, from the mom saying that the boyfriend that she had at the time was David. I'm seeing all these text messages and all these weird, you know what I'm saying, pieces of communication that are like showing her speaking to maybe a friend or something, saying like, I want to go back home, but I'm safe, but I'm not. And then these pop up. And then I'm just like, dude, this like what is this? Where's the doubt? Where's the doubt? That to me, that looks like, that kind of almost looks like exactly the same girl. Now, I saw some clips of some other shit that they were trying to put together on stream and say like, oh, this might be her. I'm gonna be honest, that other one don't look like her. This looks exactly like the girl. You can see the little curly lock, or I said lock. You can see the little curly hair right here. We got the bedazzled beanie up top. I'm hearing talks that bro like Hello Kitty. Like, dog, this shit disgusting. They were saying that there was a song that was released. I haven't heard the song. I don't know anything about any type of song. Singer David has a tattoo that matches the one found on the body of the 15-year-old girl discovered in his Tesla. This is so sick. This is so sick. Because I could just imagine. Yeah, nah. Shh. And you're talking to a 13, 14, 15-year-old girl? On some like don't tell nobody shit? That sounds sick as fuck. That sounds sadistic as shit. What do you mean shh? What does that mean, man? Like, I don't want to jump the gun. Where else am I supposed to go with this? Matching tats she's found in the back of your trunk? Bro, okay, this is another thing. I don't want to be like, again, I hate acting like a doomer anytime things like this happen, but like something has to be further regulated with Discord. It just has to. Like, it's at mainstream levels now where almost anything goes. I don't know what needs to occur. I don't know what like mandates need to be put in place, what moderation, what tools, what auto detection, if we need like a age identity, like face scan verification thing. I don't know, but it seems to happen way too frequently. Any type of insane, freaky, deviant behavior running through Discord at some point. There shouldn't even be a vid of you two in proximity. The fact that there's this image or this photo or this vid or this screenshot, that's enough. I don't know what this image even is, but I'm just now coming to terms with the fact that they would have had to have had a level of relationship when she was like 11 or 12 years old first. If it was 13, it wouldn't have mattered. 14, 15, it wouldn't have mattered. But Jesus Christ. I feel like a surfaced photo shows David in Lake Elsinore. I don't know what that is. Just a couple of miles, or not even a couple miles, from the home where Celeste lived with her family before she disappeared in April. The spot where David was photographed is only a 6-minute walk from her residence. I'm trying to think about like what the explanation is for this. Not even how you get out of this, but how do you explain the context of these photos? If you're trying to pass this off as like nothing to worry about, what is your excuse for this? What would have been the purpose for you meeting up with 2-3 high school or lesser than age students? What would have been the purpose? And I'm not gonna pretend like artists are above putting, you know, horrible shit that they've done in their music. I mean, we hear it and see it all the time. Melly's still on fucking trial for his shit. So I'm not in any stretch of the word sitting up here thinking to myself like this is impossible. It's just, you know, somebody this visible being in a lot of people's faces having done something like this potentially is what is the, I guess, like, bro, this video has almost 200 million views. I don't even want to see this. Like, this girl might have been 11 years old when y'all first started talking. This girl literally might have only been a year or two away from a 10-year-old when y'all started talking. And David is how old? And the fact that the show only was canceled after the body was identified was the biggest thing. Because to me, if they're saying that this body was badly decomposed and also dismembered, there might have been a chance in his mind, if he got something to do with this, there might have been a chance in his mind where he's thinking, they might not figure out who it is, so I might not need to cancel my show. This could be chalked up to almost anything else. God, for like, there's just so much shit running through my mind. This just sounds so, I feel so, it feels so dehumanizing to look at something like this through the eyes or through the lens of a music video and then be like, oh yeah, nah, like, it just feels too conspiratorial. like to feed into it, I just feel nasty.
And TBH, I work in a middle school here and the girls/guys are thots in training. It's sad to see. Trying to grow up way too fast and sexualize everything. Parents gotta do a better job policing and watching their kids. They're doing whatever.
I mean, I agree, but at the end of the day, it's like, what? This
so
isn't even on anybody. It's just, you're a predator.
He ultimately went through with.
This is a
despicable.
This is a predator, though. It's like, at the end of the day, it's like, you could get on whatever, like, moral high ground or whatever, like, you need to do this. It's like so much preparation on people that don't have or shouldn't have to be thinking about this. I get precautionary details and everything like that, but the proactive approach here is to, like, you don't know how you deal with a pedophile. I genuinely don't know how you deal with a pedophile before they do something. Especially when, like, it seems so many of them know how to be covert and, like, try to hide their intentions. Like, obviously somebody that's on the cusp of pedophilia isn't gonna be the first to acknowledge their inappropriate behavior and be like, oh, I need help. They're not gonna be the ones to address it, so generally somebody get victimized first before they're found out, and then boom, the damage is already done. There are signs. I'm not saying that you can never tell, but what do you do in situations like this, bro? Like, what? When there are purposefully no adults around. It seems that all the people in this that had any knowledge of it were all underage, were all minors, were all kids. I'm not watching this, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I can't. That's a little nuts to me. If there is a connection there, cool. I mean, you know, from the sense of, like, hopefully he's caught, but, like, what the fuck? All they need to tell me is if the license plate was removed. If that tag gone and that license plate is off, GG. Fuck is this, bro? Any collaborators? I'm sure they feel insane right now. Bro, this is the same. Yo, come on, man. This is the same. Bro, that's the same. Alright, yeah. Yeah, it's over with. Yeah. That's fucking disgusting, man. That's fucking gross. There's not even a space where that makes sense. Say you wanted to feign ignorance and pretend like you didn't have anything to do with it. Say that was your course of action and that's what you wanted to pretend. Why do you even have contact with what she would have been, what, 13, 14 years old?
To, but these girls need to learn age limits. I'm 19 and this 15-year-old likes me cause she's into older guys.
Stop.
Fortunately,
Stop.
I like women older than me.
Stop. I don't know what this sentiment is when it comes to, you know, blaming children or blaming, like, you know, people that are obviously at a disadvantage mentally, financially, you know what I'm saying, socially, all this other shit. I don't get what you gain out of, like, what, like, even if there are precautions that one can take, why am I talking to a kid about, like, an adult knowing to stay away from you? There shouldn't have to be any training or rules or programs that a kid has to take precaution on when I'm in the room. I understand why parents tell, you know what I'm saying, their young kids to cover up when there are people around. But at the end of the day, no one should be looking. I understand why you want your kids at home before a certain hour, but at the end of the day, no one should be lurking. I'm not gonna keep policing every little thing that a kid does so that an adult doesn't feel more enticed or more attracted. Why are you attracted to children? Why do you want to be around little girls and little boys? What's wrong with you? What is literally wrong with you? By that logic, I like what is a 15-year-old like up for grabs if she walk up to some nigga and then be like, oh yeah, I'm 25 or I'm 30 years old. Like a 15-year-old coming to me, oh well, she asked me, like, what the fuck are you saying? You're the grown up, you're the responsible one, you're the one that's in charge, you lead. Imagine anything happened to my son or my daughter and they're victimized by a grown up and I'm telling them, like, you know what you should have done? Like, what the fuck? Even when a kid get victimized, they still get blamed. There is no protection for children in this country with these perspectives. Holy shit. Kids ain't safe from guns. They ain't safe from adults. They ain't safe from none of the people that they were told when they were growing up are supposed to protect you and are supposed to keep you safe. I didn't used to get it. You know what I'm saying? Even up into a certain age, like, get calls from your mom every like 5-10 minutes. Like, bro, what the fuck do you want? It's an evil world, man. I get the luxury of every now and again not being able to think about my nephew when he's with his dad or when he's with his mom or when he's with his grandma. But when he's around me, bro, I have the most, like, my anxiety meter is like right here. When he's around me and like maybe we at a store, we're out in public, my shit is through the fucking roof. Cause you just cannot trust people. It's just nuts, bro. I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. I hope Dave is brought to justice and he goes out the worst way possible. I'm not even trolling. Because there's almost no way that there isn't some level of involvement. You ain't got nothing to do with this, bro. Like, absolutely no, I'm not buying shit. That's just disgusting, man. We gonna see, though. I'm expecting more fucked up news to be released or come out over the next couple weeks.